Many states in the US have lots of sunshine and lots of land, which is why over the last decade, solar power has become the fastest growing source of electricity in the country. Last year, it accounted for 66% of all new generating capacity added. Its share has almost doubled from just 6 years ago. Good news for contractors working in the sector. But there's a problem. It takes a lot of labour to build big utility-scale solar farms, and it's a hard job. Workers have to break open pallets of PV panels, each panel weighing up to 100 pounds, lift them, carry them to the rack, and place them carefully for installation, working in all terrains and weather. Contractors have been struggling to find and retain enough workers to keep up with demand. But they have to keep trying because there's been no alternative to human muscle power. That is, until now.
Hi, I'm Rod Sweet, editor of Global Construction Review. I'm here with an interesting story from San Jose, California, where an electrical contractor, long established, called Rosendin, recently unveiled a team of robots they developed that literally takes all that work off people's hands. They started thinking about the idea back in 2019 and eventually teamed up with a robotics company called ULC Technologies, based on the other side of the country in New York. It took nearly 2 years of trial and testing, and it cost $5.2 million, but the result is potentially a step change in productivity for the sector. It's a team of 3 machines fronted by one that uses suction cups to grab the panels and place them with 2mm accuracy for technicians to connect. Using LiDAR, it can detect and avoid obstacles, and thanks to GPS and KMZ mapping, it always knows exactly where it is. Backing it up are 2 autonomous caddies that shuttle back and forth from the panel storage area to keep the grabber robot supplied. When one caddy's empty, it peels off to get more while the loaded one takes its place. Rosendin says that in field testing, this high-tech trio can place up to 400 modules in an 8-hour shift, 3 times the rate an all-manual crew can achieve. The system is the brainchild of Rosendin Senior Vice President David Lincoln, who first got the idea while visiting a solar panel factory, where he saw lots of robotic arms hoisting panels and moving them around with ease.
So after seeing that for a couple hours, I went back to my hotel and I started thinking about, is there a way that we could possibly take that robotic arm, mount it on some sort of mini excavator that has a backhoe on it, remove the backhoe and put this robotic arm on to pick up the modules and have somebody drive and operate that. So I sketched out a design on a napkin as best as I could. I sent it to our R&D folks here at Rosendin, and they said, it's never been done before. We haven't seen anything in the market like it. Let's see if we can partner up with a company and see what we can do. So we found a company called ULC out in Long Island. They had a track-mounted semi-robot with an umbilical cord that was used for something else, for road work or something. I don't remember exactly. But after about 18 months and many meetings and conversations and collaborations, we were able to come up with 3 units of a prototype, which is where we're at today.
David explained why the big solar sector is crying out for robots.
If you can imagine, 15 square miles of basically land, open land, where we're installing the tracker systems and the modules. Over 2 million modules are going in. So you can imagine the workforce, 2 individuals carrying 2 million modules. So we actually did a study, and we found out that in a given day, an 8-hour day, a crew would walk about 4.5 miles carrying 80 to 100 pound modules over their head, 2-person crew, where now with the robots, a 2-person crew is not even lifting the modules and they're walking about 4 feet. So huge savings there. And again, with all the tripping hazards, all the stones, all the uneven surfaces, If you have a muddy condition where it rained the day before, you have all that to consider. So here with a robot doing all that work, it can run 20 hours a day. It can lift up to 200 pounds very easily. And the workers don't have to handle that any longer. We don't have to worry about the sprains and the strains and the backaches and all of that.
So what now? Well, Rosendin could keep it as its secret weapon, but that would mean it could only roll it out on one project at a time, maybe to the strains of the Ride of the Valkyries. But that would limit its usefulness because Rosendin has many projects on the go. So following the adage that if you love something, let it go, and if it comes back, it's yours, in May, Rosendin put the system up for sale.
The objective was not just to keep it to ourselves, to Rosendin, but to get it out there to the renewable industry as a whole. And ideally, we would like a manufacturer to come along, such as JCB, which you know, which is a London-based company, very large manufacturing facility. If they wanted to pick up the prototypes, if you will, and then, for the lack of a better term, I'll just say mass produce them to get them out there into the market, and then maybe put them in a rental pool with equipment companies that would then rent them out to other companies like ourselves, an EPC or a general contractor or a solar installer, what that would be. So that was always our primary objective. It was never just to keep the robots for ourselves.
David is confident that this isn't the end of the story.
We are generating a significant amount of interest, if you will, from all spectrums, from clients, from manufacturers, from you name it. People are interested in it. And like I said, even competitors of ours, other EPCs, are extremely interested to see where it goes next, because they would love nothing better than to pick up a couple of these units and put them out in their own projects.
If you found this interesting, give us a like and share it. We'll have lots of good construction stories from around the world on the channel, so you may want to subscribe so you don't miss any. See you next time.